save up for a house and stuff. And then also
Mm,
I'm trying to clean up my credit, and I'm trying to
mm,
save up for a brand new car, you
mm,
know?
mm,
And I'm trying to actually like get better at saving because I suck. I suck at
mm.
saving. So it's like it becomes bad because like I'm going over budget. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah, I need those things. Well, I don't need it, but I want it. But then it's like going over my budget, and that's when it becomes bad. And then
Mm,
for me, I just do not stop there. I
mm,
continue, and it's like,
mm,
yeah, you should not be doing that. So,
mm. That's
I'm
I'm
the
the
good.
total
total
get it from that
opposite.
standpoint.
I'm the total opposite. I literally question every purchase before I purchase it. And if I think it's too much because I got
Mm,
something else to do with it, it's going back. Or they get involved. I am so like strict with my money. I'm really good with money. I'm really good with saving and stuff like that.
mhm.
If I got
Yeah.
stuff I know I need to do, I ain't spending nothing. I'll pick up a whole bunch of stuff for JJ, but I'll pick up a $30 shirt for me and be like,
Mm.
$30 for this shirt.
Yeah.
Get 5 shirts for $30. For real. Like,
I feel that. I feel that though. I feel that. And I love that we all kind of have different perspectives. Y'all all kind of hitting at different elements of it. I see where it could be good, but then I see where it can also be bad. And again, with MayMay, going back to you, MayMay, it does sound like it could be a possible addiction. Am I right? Or you don't want to confess that?
I think I agree.
Oh, here we go. Here we
the first
go.
step is the first step is admitting it.
Admitting it. Come on now.
Yeah. I was talking to Jacob about it, and he was just like, "You spend how much?" So it's like, yeah. And then I do that all the time when I'm like upset and I'm going through a lot, and
Yeah.
it's just like not healthy,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely an addiction.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I love the fact that you admitting that. And again, that's why I wanted to start with you because it sounded like it could be a possible addiction or a way that you escape from something you thinking about. So why do you think you do that? What do you think that you're trying to run from something that you ain't dealing with? Are you trying to stay out your head? So you're like, let me go shop, let me go spend something. Why do you think you jump to spending money when it comes down to this addiction?
Honestly, I don't want to talk about it. Like, not talk about it, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to think about whatever I'm going through. So to me, it's like a way of, I guess, working my problems out when in reality it's not.
Mm. Come
But
on
I'm
with
gonna
it.
get better though. I'm gonna work
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
hopefully one day.
But you talking about it right now. You talking about what you talking about right now is a great thing. Like this is awesome. You just admitted, okay, I think it is an addiction. Okay, I think I am trying to run from I don't want to think about it. I don't want to talk. That's a good thing. And so that's why I'm even asking these questions to begin with, because I do want us to dive into certain elements of it and kind of like test ourselves. But you say you struggle with it because you feel like you're running away or you don't want to think about it, right?
Yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, do you feel like thinking about it or talking about it, do you feel like that doesn't solve it? That doesn't help you?
No.
Okay.
Why?
I don't know. For me, it just I don't know. It doesn't. I guess I have trust issues, so that's probably why. Yeah.
Wow.
So
Wow.
it's like I have been in too many situations where I was going through something and I told somebody or a friend or
Mm,
whatever, and it was out, and I'm just like, yeah. So that's probably
mm.
why I do not want to sit there and just talk about it.
That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. I won't press you. I can tell. I can tell you feeling pressed. I'm like, all right. I'm gonna ease up. I could go deeper than it, but I'm gonna ease up. But all right, we're gonna jump over. We're gonna jump over to Terry. But
I'm a
maybe
pursuer, by the way, so
okay. Yeah, I got you. You definitely don't want to be talking about you. I got it. Yeah. but we're gonna come back to you. So you better hear him get out that stuff because I want to hear more.
right.
But look, and don't be spending over $200. Nah, I'm playing. She in there right now, but nah, I'm playing. But all right. So Terry, let's come to you now. We're going back to you. Have you ever struggled with addiction? And if so, what was it and why? Now you don't have to share what was it. You don't have to. But if you want to, what was it and then why? Why do you think you dealt with it?
What addiction?
Marquita looking. Marquita got the microscope. She pulling out the scope.
She can't even see for real. I'm not even worried about her. Says the one that's wearing glasses.
Oh.
Oh, cheap shots. It's too early for you. Please leave me alone. I'm trying to answer this question, please. But no, for real, an addiction that I had. I got two. So one of them is food. I feel like everybody is addicted to food. So when I get depressed, I eat. When I get sad, I eat. When I get stressed out, I eat. So I eat my life away. And then another one is I felt like I was addicted to wanting to help people who didn't want to be helped. And that was my biggest downfall, was trying to feel like I can save people who didn't want to be saved or was just too stuck in their ways of whatever it was in their life. And then me thinking I can make it better for them or make it easier for them in some kind of ways. And it never worked.
That's good. That's good. It never works. It never works. But that's good. You admitting some good stuff. We want to know why. Why did you struggle with food addiction? Let's start there. Why do you think that developed into an addiction? What did that do?
I mean, I've always liked food since I was younger, because my grandmother was a person who wanted to expand our palates when we were younger. So it was always something that I've done. And then a little bit after she passed, I really took into making sure I at least try something at least once, because she was real big on at least try it once. And if you know you don't like it, then you don't have to eat it again, type thing. So I try to instill that in my kids as well. Like, well, you don't have to eat it if you don't like it, type thing.
Yeah.
And then after she passed, it put me in a depression to where I was like, I used to draw and stuff like that, but it was like, it wasn't hidden as much as like me being able to go back and like make old recipes she sit up there and made, and then do stuff that we sit up there and do together, and being able to try new foods and try new things out without having to be scared about it, or be that person that we go out, I'm always eating chicken tenders and hamburgers everywhere we sit up there and go. And I didn't want to be that kind of person. So even now, I'm still got a food addiction. So it's like, I don't think that would ever really leave, because that's just a part of me. And then me being a Taurus as well, that's a comfort thing. So it's mostly comfort. So
there it is. Comfort. Okay. So it brings comfort, going to the food. Okay. It's a breed of comfort. That's good. I love that. And for the you said it was food, and then it was also helping people that don't want to be helped. So when it comes to that, when it comes to helping people that don't want to be helped, why do you think that's an addiction? Why do you think you do that?
Because even though people, like most of my relationship, the last one, I'm gonna pick on the last one actually. So I feel like it was more of trauma bonded, because we both went through similar things. Besides, like I wasn't in the system, but he was. But I still had a mother who would put me out and would down talk and call me out my name and stuff like that. So it was more so me trying to fill the void of feeling loved and trying to get love from somebody else, because I didn't get what I felt like I needed when I was younger. And even now, from certain people, I still feel like I don't get a certain amount of love. So I be wanting to instill the love that I know into other people, to try to get them in a better space to feel better about themselves. And from my last relationship, I just learned that once people sit up there and get to a certain point in their lives, they be just stuck in their ways. And it's like, they get this persona of I'm going to change, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, I'm going to blah blah blah, and then it's down like did it be like, yeah, no, I'm gonna this person, I'm gonna control what you do, how you do, whatever it is that you sit up there and do, and I let it go on for a long time because it's like I don't want to abandon you to make your abandonment issues bigger than what they already are. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna try to stick it out and do this for you because I feel like I can possibly help you in this aspect. But then it turns out that it didn't help none. It made the situation worse on my end, more so their end. I feel like they benefited more from the relationship than I did. And I got more so drained of everything I was giving out, and I was never getting it back in return. But that's my biggest thing still is like, okay, I see that you're hurting. I know I can feel your energy of you hurting. So what can I do to help you feel better? Or what can I sit up there and do to make your life a little easier than what it is for you?
Yeah.
And it's because like I feel like I do it more so because I didn't have nobody to sit up there and help me, or somebody to sit up there and talk to me, or somebody to sit up there to feel like somebody was actually listening to what I was saying and being there and being an actual listening ear for me as well. So it's like I want to do that for other people, but I gotta also learn this, like to learn more signs of if they don't want the help, you just gotta throw your hands up and just leave them where they at. Or like when they feel like they want to come around and want to actually try to change, and then slowly go into it. Don't try to still push everything at them at once.
That's good. That's good. That's good. You really resonating with MayMay. She's in the store, but she texting in the group and
I see her.
Okay, y'all see it. Okay. You out of it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I totally agree on what you said though. Like everything you were saying, I can like relate to that. Everything like the trauma bonding and parents not being respectful and everything is
yeah, come on. And again,
that's my biggest thing.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, Terry, you just poured out. Like you just you just turned the whole faucet on blast. Like that was good. That was good. Seriously, like that's what I want. It's good to express and again, I asked the question why behind your addiction. I don't just ask what is your addiction, but I want to ask the why because I want it to be a contemplation on like, man, I think I actually do this because it is. Like when you realize the connection of why you do it, then I think you can better break the addiction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because after that 4 years, I'm done helping people at this point. It's like I got a little help in me, only if you want to help yourself, but I can't just full out do what I did this last time with nobody else. It's like I got a certain amount of barriers set up now. Well, not barriers, boundaries now.
Boundaries, yeah.
That I have to definitely instill in myself and let people know in the door, like, hey, I'm not going to accept this and this. And if that's a deal breaker for you, oh well, nice to meet you. Nice talking to you. Now you're gonna be a stranger again in my eyes because I don't have that to overstep and overdo myself for somebody that's not going to do or help me at least emotionally at the time as well.
That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. I got other questions for you, but I want to head over to Marquita because again, for the sake of time and allowing everybody to speak, but I got some more questions for you for sure.
Okay.
But Marquita, if we can come on over here to you ain't hiding from us. You ain't hiding. You can act like you cooking and stuff to try to get away, but you ain't getting away. So look, so all I'm saying is I need to know, have you ever struggled with addiction? And if so, what was it and why? We want to know. And you don't have to tell us your addiction, just so you know. You don't have to.
No, I never. Yes, she do. I personally never struggled from addiction. I grew up, my mom was a drug addict and we grew up in foster care and group homes and all of that stuff. So I never really messed with anything more than just weed. So yeah, I looked at it as like two ways. If my mom was a drug addict, it's either I can follow her footsteps or footsteps or just never touched drugs. And it's like, I just never decided to touch the hard stuff. Just some weed, please. But yes, I never struggled with it. I do know a lot about addiction because of my mom or whatever like that. And like growing up with the parent that had a problem and stuff like that. So
yeah,
I know a lot about addiction. I know a lot of traumas it can cause. So yeah, but me personally, no. I used to say, people used to tell me I had a sex addiction.
Well, hold on. That's an addiction now. That's an addiction now. I'm just saying.
Let's speak on it. Why?
Yeah, why? There it is, Terry. Come on,
why?
Terry. Come on, Terry.
It was mostly like, I'll say it was most because I used to have a high sex drive.
Oh, wait, hold on. So it wasn't addiction?
No, it wasn't. I wouldn't say it was an addiction. People would say I had a sex addiction, but I wouldn't say it was an addiction. I just had a high sex drive. And if we together, I feel like we gotta, give me some.
I hear you. Because that's an addiction. That's an addiction. It can be an addiction.
Oh Lord.
Hey.
But like I don't think it was an addiction. I just think like I just had a high sex drive or whatever like that. But I feel like I can't speak on addiction and stuff because I have dealt with them my whole childhood.
Okay.
My siblings, we all have dealt with it our whole childhood, our whole life, basically.
And MayMay over here talking about the MayMay said she can relate. So that's all.
Yeah.
She said that's a whole nother different topic. But
yeah, that's a whole different. MayMay, we got to invite each other. We got some stories, MayMay.
No, for real, because look.
Hey.
With that, I can speak on that part too, honestly, because at one point in time it was, and then once I got my therapist and actually talked to somebody about it, it was a problem, honestly, because it was for the wrong kind of
reasons. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but I'm gonna just go ahead and get you back to Quita. Go ahead, girl. Story.
But it's good though. Like Quita says that it was a high sex drive, but let's say if it was an addiction, why do you think people fall into those type of addictions too? Like you think it's also going back to Terry, love and
Oh, me or Quita, because
either one.
For that too.
Either one.
Okay, so for the question, repeat the question again for me real quick.
So like when it comes to, because again, Marquita, I'm not gonna call it an addiction if she doesn't call it that, but I know a lot of people do struggle with that. A lot of people struggle with that addiction, and it's like that's something that people really can't get out of, and they get these bonds with people and stuff like that. So why do you think they fall into that addiction though? Why do you think that addiction is something that is easy?
Because it's pleasing. Like saying you're just having a bad day, nothing's going right or whatever, or like people just disappoint you, or you just never seen please. Like people just don't please you at all. Not even it ain't even gotta be sexually. But it's like, so when I'm with my partner or whatever, come please me, come please me,
Yeah.
So like it can be a lot of I'll go a little deeper. I had an ex and we used to go at it like 4 or 5 times a day. And they used to be like, y'all is crazy or whatever. But it's like we'll have an argument and like we'll just stop arguing to go in the room. And like it's just like, or like we'll be at the mall and he'll be like, let's go in the family bathroom. And they'll be like,
oh man, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like me being who I was just down for it. I was like, okay, we out.
Yeah. But let me ask you this. How long would the satisfaction, I guess we can say quote unquote, right? Because hold on. First off, do you think that satisfaction was real? Like, and when I say real, I mean like, was it something that lasted? Or do you think it was something that was genuine? Do you think it was something
like it was the in the moment thing?
In
like
the moment,
you feel good in that moment. You just needed a hot second to feel good.
Yep.
So I would go a little deeper into that part. So for me, my addiction, basically my sexual addiction at first, it was more so because I was hypersexualized as a kid. So a lot of stuff that had happened to me when I was younger, and then meeting people around my age that was also sexually active around that time too. It was just like, okay, I'm gonna sit up there and do X, Y, and Z, do this. And then it was more so to like feel the attention of somebody else that I wasn't getting from who I needed to get it from, and being able to like talk to them and stuff like that. So it was like even though the sex part wasn't cool or whatever the case was, especially around the age that it was starting to happen and shit like that. But mine mostly stemmed from being hypersexualized as a younger kid, and then having people around that was doing stuff, and then I didn't know about a lot of stuff because I was like real closed off. So once I was able to get into the real world with everybody else, it was like everybody else is doing this, so I feel like I'm gonna have to sit up there and do this. And then having being younger and then seeing it, hearing about it, and then actually starting to participate, it was like I was just looking from it from somebody that I can love on or get love from, and it was like mostly it felt like it was love for me. Me getting love from people, from other people, male or female, and to be able to get some kind of attention from a male or female because I wasn't getting from my mother or my father at home. That's what I feel like mine has stemmed from, because at one point I had a breeding kink. So like it was a thing.
What's that? Yeah, what's that?
A breeding kink is the thought of getting pregnant or being pregnant. And with that came from is I didn't feel love. So I wanted to have kids to replace the love that I wasn't getting from my mom, my dad, or the people that I was actually dating and having intercourse with. So I felt like, okay, if I have this child or keep having more and more kids, I can fill that void of love that I wasn't getting at home from my parents. So I can pour all this love into these human beings that I made.
Wow.
So that was something I talked to my therapist about too, because
I did that too. I didn't know.
So yeah, so like for me, that's something that I was definitely on a mission at one point. It's like, oh, I'm gonna have this many kids. I want to have a husband and have many kids. He wants to sit up there and we don't have all these kids together and blah blah blah. So it's like, it was like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna keep doing this because I mean that feel right. That feel normal. No, it wasn't normal. It wasn't. It wasn't common. And not in most people. And then when we broke down the root of the problem, that was what the issue was for me.
Yeah.
It was, I was trying to replace a love that I wasn't getting.
Yeah.
So I would definitely, because my oldest daughter, dad, it was like all the time, all the fucking time. So it was like, all right, we gonna have this many kids. And then once I did sit up there and work, I had stopped dating for a while. And then once I started dating again, the person that I started dating after that, it was like, okay, we gonna try for this kid next. So maybe I can get the love from you and start a family here and do X, Y, and Z for myself. But then it was like, yeah, nah, that ain't gonna work with you. You did this type of thing. And I don't like that. And then I also feel like it was more so I had kids because I wanted to have kids because of my past traumas as well too. So yeah, it's
layers.
It's
Layers.
It's layers. A lot of layers into that.
It's layers.
Well, I can relate to that a little bit, especially with the childhood, with the being sexualized as a child.
Wow.
But I never looked at it. I never looked at it that kind of way. So I guess you can say
same.
That's probably the same for me too.
Yeah.
I never looked at it from that type of way because
I never looked at it. Yeah.
When I was younger, I always was bigger, like heavier than my siblings, especially like chest wise, upper body wise. So I always had bigger boobs or whatever. So when I was younger, like whoever custody we was in, I'll get asked, who you let touch your chest? Who you let smell your nipples while your chest so big? And I'm a kid, and I'm like, yeah, they just growing on their own. What I supposed to do?
Wait, that people ask you that?
Yeah. Like
Honestly, okay. We was in custody like with our cousin. She had got custody of us or whatever. And she used to be like, who you let suck your nipples and this and that? Why are you so big? And how they girls so big? Who touching them? Like, and then like they're walking down the street or like or like, and then there was another incident. Like I was at a family event and we was taking pictures with the family or whatever.
Yeah.
So one of the uncles was taking the picture, but he didn't take the picture. He literally just zoomed in on my chest. It was like, so it's like, and I was a kid, so I wasn't even a teenager. I was a preteen.
Wow.
So it's like that's probably I didn't really think of it like that. So
wow.
And then like being in group homes or foster care, you go through stuff. You get might get touched on and stuff like that as well. So I never thought about it like that. That's probably why I like sex so much. But then I date women and
that's definitely part of the reason.
Yeah.
So it's like I think I have a sex addiction because I date women and men, and it's like I just date both.
No, this good. This good, man. This is good. Y'all hitting it. And Terry, let me go back to you right quick because I wanna hit what you said about the what was the name of what you said? Breeding kit.
Kink.
Breeding kit.
You know, like kinks, like sex kinks, like people like bondage, CNC, stuff like that. Like that's part of in that category of that.
So breeding
is basically like somebody have like for you, like if it's for you, it'd be like you like the feeling of coming inside of a female or the thought of this female being able to get pregnant and like carrying your kids and stuff like that and like carrying on. So for me, it's like the fact of probably me being possibility of me getting pregnant, that it kind of excites me because it's like, oh, I can bring a new life into the world. Wow. And then my doctor was like, no, stop doing that because that's not gonna fill the void of your hurt and stuff like that. So when she said it, and I really sat there and like thought about it, like, I'm like, oh, that's kind of sick to me a little bit. Like, I was like, that's kind of sick to me, but it's like also like, but in a way, it kind of did help, but then it still didn't.
Yeah.
Also, because it's like I got a lot of questions that's still not answered, and I want them answered, and it's like keep having kids wasn't gonna be the answer to why or how and when other stuff sit up there and happened to me and stuff like that. So I stopped.
Exactly. Which is cool. Yeah.
Like I was just like, I'm like, So I'm like, that makes a lot more sense. And so when you asked me earlier, like, what makes me sit and think about certain stuff like that, it's like, it'll make me like sit and think about like how I'm gonna heal myself and stuff like that. And like I'm very aware of what I be saying because my therapist, I can't follow like tell nobody about my therapist because like doing your shadow work of why you're damaged or why you do certain things and then you notice certain things about yourself that you constantly doing on a basis like having sex. So before I got diagnosed with lupus, I was definitely whenever you can, come get me, come see me. We gonna sit up there and do blah blah X, Y, and Z. So it was always that for me as well. That then now it slowed down a whole lot, and I've been doing a lot more healing. And then when I started the healing, then I got into a relationship, a physically, verbally, and emotionally abusive relationship. And then that kind of really killed my sex drive a whole hell of a lot because I was with a person that I found to be disgusting. And not appearance wise, but like attitude, personality, who they are. It was just fucking ridiculous. And now it's like I'm in a place of where I'm comfortable with being alone and not interacting and not having sex at all versus years ago where it was like, okay, hey, come slide up real quick, let's go ahead. And so that definitely slowed it down a lot more too, to be to better understand myself and to get in tune with myself, to understand what it is that I do and don't want for myself in life as well. Because people can be sexually attracted to you, but not want to be with you type thing. And then now you putting yourself in a position again to where it go back to helping people or trying to make somebody love you when they don't love themselves. and you don't love yourself either because you're doing this certain thing to try to find this love. So I've been doing a lot of self-loving lately.
Wow.
And like self-dates and stuff like that to get myself back
That's
to
good.
a stage of being okay with not doing certain things
That's
and having
good.
certain things too.
That's good. That's good. Oh my goodness. Man. This is good. This is good. I'm a move back around because I feel like we haven't been hearing from you, MayMay. You can't hide in the text chats. Don't hide. She hiding because y'all getting deep. She hiding.